Hello and greetings from the International Conference for the Normalization of Relations between Cuba and the United States. This event is being held at the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Historical Education Center in Manhattan. This conference brings together various progressive and human rights organizations, both inside and outside the United States. Representatives from each of these organizations have expressed their rejection of the U.S. government's aggressive policies against the island of Cuba. These organizations include the Cuba Sea Coalition, Women and Cuba, Women in Struggle, and the Vancouver Communities, amongst others. This event coincides with the 100th anniversary of the death of African-American leader Malcolm X, who was assassinated at the very venue where the conference is being held. Attendees and panelists at this event discuss essential topics for the normalization of relations between Cuba and the United States, aware of the economic and social damage that the blockade against Cuba has caused for decades. They also advocated before U.S. congressmen and legislators for an end of the blockade and for the vote in favor of lifting the so-called economic embargo before the United Nations to be binding. Among other topics, the Cuban Family Code is also being addressed as a model for protecting the rights of different types of unions and families in light of the Trump administration's repeal of many of its pro-LGBT rights and laws. The common denominator at this event is the energy and eloquence of the entire audience in support of Cuba, especially those from African American and Anglo-Saxon communities who through their trips to Cuba have been able to see that the negative concept they grew up with about the island were completely wrong. Instead, they discover a reality where education, healthcare, and social well-being are the foundation and strength of Cuba. That's my report for now. Back to the studios.